What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Opinionated Off Topic. Today I'm with co-owner and co-founder Carlos Mojica of Opinionated Media. Also with CJ Salazar, co-owner of Opinionated Media. And we got a very, 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 very special guest. One of my best friends. We were really so close in college, and we have some real life battles. You know, we grinded together. Both came in from Texas.
Is your knuckle broken?
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a story in itself. Yeah, that's a story in
I'm trying to
itself.
cut you off. I just noticed it.
Yeah.
Bro, it's bad.
It's bad. Yeah.
Look at that.
Damn.
No,
Yeah. Damn.
look at that, bro.
Show the camera, bro. God damn.
Bro,
You fucked your shit up for real.
No, it's bad.
Speaking,
But
yeah,
we'll get into that for sure. Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
I'm
I see
sorry.
that.
No,
No, you're good.
I just noticed
No,
it. I was
you're
like, bro.
yeah,
Fuck,
no.
yeah.
Speaking, yeah.
No, it
Yo,
is.
it's gone.
Oh yeah,
It's gone,
fucked.
guys.
It's gone. Like,
Yeah.
That thing thinging.
But we
I don't even know
had
who's doing
some
that.
we had some battles.
That shit's something.
Just competed against each other, competed to make each other better, and obviously played across from each other, literally opposite corners of each other. Then your senior year, you played safety because we just really didn't have a whole lot of guys. So, we had to put you at safety. But you know, all in all, welcome. Glad to finally bring you on. You've always been supporting what we're doing, and you've known Carlos for a long time when he would come visit us and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
Carlos,
So,
I think I've known you for 7 years
yeah,
now.
yeah, a minute.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
shit.
we are old.
Junior year.
Yeah, we're old.
Yo, it's junior year.
Getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're old.
You see, bro.
That's
That's
us.
when. Do you remember when we went out and we're going home and we're walking out of the bar and you're lifting up your shirt and that kid slaps the fuck out of your stomach?
Bro,
Do you remember that
damn.
shit?
Bro, my thing is when I get drunk, bro, my shirt comes off. Bro, it's every time. Bro, it's like clockwork. Like since I was like a freshman in college, I'm like, bro, it's just
Bro,
gone.
we were leaving and he was lifting up his shirt. The kid, I think he asked him, he was like, hey, can I see your abs or some shit? He asked him something.
Bro.
And Dre lifts up his shirt.
That's such a
and
Durango
this
thing.
fucking and the guy just literally slaps the fuck out of Dre in his stomach and he gets pissed the fuck off and takes off after him. The kid just fucking books it.
Oh my gosh,
Bro, that's a Durango thing.
I don't know if you remember that or
Nah,
not.
bro, I don't
yeah.
even. I really don't. But bro, the orangutans, man, the orangutans.
Orangutans, man. If you know, you know. For
If
real.
you know, you know.
That's it. Yeah, it was different.
But
Different for sure.
some of the memories I've got in Durango, though, bro, like this you won't forget. Like going to Joel's was lit.
Joel's fucking.
Was
Go ahead.
that the one it's like a two-side bar, but it's like a circle bar?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they pour the fireball?
And it's small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pongas.
Pongas.
Bro.
Right next door, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Pongas was the pool hall right down the street. So you had.
It was next door.
It was next door. you're
Joel's,
right, yeah.
Pongas, and then
It was Joel's and Pongas.
And then, Roadhouse is the pool hall down the street.
And then what was the one, bro, that had like 3 different owners? That was like
Oh,
the first
bro.
bar we went to.
what
bro.
the hell was that shit? It was like midnight something.
Bro, what was the name of that bar?
Bro, I just know I threw up in that bar.
Bro, the amount of times I was shirtless in that bar is embarrassing.
Bro, yeah, that what a time, bro. Like, what a time. Like, college was different. Speaking of college, like, give us kind of like a brief rundown of like who you are and like what like how.
Still in my
I'm
sauce.
sorry. But
Just excited, man.
yeah. Just give us a rundown of like who you are and basically like what got you to Fort Lewis. Like, what was your journey like?
So Dallas, Texas. What camera am I looking at?
This one's yours.
This one's
Yeah,
mine? Okay.
Yeah.
But so born and raised Dallas, Texas. Man, I don't really do anything except play football. Like that's who I was. I always knew I wanted to play college football. I remember really vividly sitting in the shower. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna play college football, and it's a super crazy core memories, bro. Like that's one of the ones I'm like, bro. I remember sitting in the shower thinking to myself, like, bro, I'm gonna play college football. And so just everything I did, like I told my mom, I'm like, hey, mom, like I just want to play football. So when I was 4, I'm like, hey, can I play football? She's like, no, you got to be 5. 5th birthday, asked her like, hey, let me play football now.
Yeah.
And so just, kind of grinded that way. Went to H. Grady Spruce High School, Pleasant Grove, Texas, 75217. You heard?
Yeah. Okay.
And then ended up graduating valedictorian, shout out.
Oh, wow. Hell yeah.
And then ended up at Fort Lewis because Dwayne Crawford, baby, from Giddings, Texas, recruited me. I didn't even take a visit. There was no official visit. It was hey, he called me. And so a school before, the Mound Builders, I don't even remember, Southwestern, they called me. They're like, hey, hey, we want to offer you. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, give it a week, like, we'll see what happens. Bro, called me like 2 weeks later, like, hey, we filled up. So I'm like, okay, I have nowhere to go to school. So I'm stressing. I find a kid on my Twitter page that I'm not going to shout out, but I'm like, bro, I'm better than this kid. He posted with Dwayne Crawford. He's like, bro, he's like, oh, thanks to Dwayne for this offer. I'm like, bro, I'm better than him. Mm-hmm. So I email Crawford. I'm like, hey, valedictorian, I'm this. He calls me. He's like, hey, like, blah, 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 cool. So I'm like, okay, this is where I want to go. I see pictures. I see Durango. I'm like, bro, this is where I want to go. Mm-hmm. And so I talked to my head coach in high school who played at the University of Miami. He's like, hey, if this is really where you want to go, like, you got to push it. Like, you got to recruit yourself. So he calls for me. I called Crawford like 3 more times, like, hey, like, you just got to give me an offer. Like, I don't even care what it is. Like, hey, just let me come, like, show you what I deserve and what I earn. So, bro, he offers me. I cry, break down, soft. And, bro, I remember it. He offered me, he's like, okay, so what events are you running in track? I'm like, okay, hold up. Like, that wasn't part of this conversation.
Yeah.
So then I just end up at Fort Lewis, 4 years. I remember after the end of freshman year, we all thought we were going to transfer when John left.
Yeah,
we're like, bro, all of us. We're like, bro, we're going to go to Mesa. We're going to go transfer. Yeah. We're going to go, do something else. Yeah. And just loyal to the soil, baby. Just stayed at Fort Lewis for 4 years. Ended up graduating 2019. Got my bachelor's in sports administration. Maybe.
He said maybe.
You want the stage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And then I went and graduated, was a graduate assistant at Midwestern State, and then a graduate assistant at West Texas A&M, and then actually ended up graduating with my Master's of Education in Sports Management, from Midwestern. And now I'm DB coach at McMurray, baby.
Big educated guy.
Big educated guy. Big educator. 4.0 in the master's program.
You and Cayman both did not take official visits. The same way. He just called and he didn't even visit, see the school. He didn't even see the school, actually.
I think I visited.
Did you visit?
Yeah, me and my dad drove up, and then Cayman was Cayman and Tyrell's ass were my host. But yeah.
I remember getting there first day, bro, and I hated it.
Bro, what?
Bro, I hated it. So, when we moved into the dorms freshman year, and I never had a roommate. And that's how you meet kids. Like, you're like, okay, hey, I don't know anybody, but I'm gonna know this roommate. Yeah. So I get there, my roommate never moved in, like never reported. So I have no roommate. So, bro, I'm sitting here crying, like in tears, like every night, and not telling nobody. I'm like, bro, I hate this. Yeah. I'm miserable, bro. I call my mom. I'm like, hey, like, let me come home, please. Like, I want to come home. Like, this isn't for me. Like, I'll go to school there. I'll graduate, whatever. Like, I need to do. But this isn't for me. She said, you can come home, but where are you going to stay? It's like, okay. So I guess I'm going to stick it out. Yeah. And then, bro, like, few days later, like, still in the fall camp grind, 2-a-days still at this point. Like, bro, I meet my best friends, like, real life.
I mean, it started, going there, first of all, from Dallas to that.
Mm-hmm. Bro, culture shock.
For sure. Because even when I got there, I'm like, bro, like, you hear Fort Lewis, Durango, Colorado. It's like, it's probably not a big place and whatnot. And I go, and he tells me, like, there's not shit to do here. It's small. And then I get there, I'm like, bro, it's the school and
bro, the orangutans.
And then and then obviously you have like the beautiful scenery. But if you didn't grow up in that, then it's like nice to look at. But that's a really bad
like that. It's a nice place to like. I wouldn't go visit there, but it's a nice place to visit. Yeah, but like going to school, like.
No. I'm telling you, I'm like, bro, that's a mountain. Like, that's a real life mountain. Yeah, like, that's crazy. First of all,
in the school,
mountains. I'm like, okay, that's like an actual mountain. I'm like, I thought I knew mountains in Texas. No, those are hills. Yeah, that's a mountain, and that's terrifying.
Yeah. Literally,
way out there, bro. Like,
his apartment.
Bro, it's insane. Mountain. It looks like Coors, bro. Like the Rocky Mountain. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, bro. I remember like my junior year, I walk outside and there's a bear.
Bro,
like, like that's like real. Yes. I'm like, yo, like I grew up in Dallas and there is bears here. Yeah. I'm like, bro, I remember going through the Sonic drive-thru with Jake, and we're like, bro, there's bears in the trash can. Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, they come every night. They try to bang on the window. I'm like, I would be terrified. I'm like, y'all are way too casual about this.
Yeah, that should not be a normal thing that we're just brushing by. Like,
it's
it's different.
No, it's It's a place.
Yeah.
It's one of those places, bro. I'm so grateful, like of the time I spent in Durango, and I hated it while I was there. Like it's Like I thought I'm like, oh, this isn't really. I'm not having fun. I'm not having fun. And then I graduated, and I really like matured a little bit. I'm like, bro, Durango was the best place for me. I was far enough away from all the head assery that I was gonna get into anywhere else. Bro, I'm in Durango. Like, I'm not going to get in any trouble in Durango. I'm just going to here to play football. Yeah. And that's what I did, bro. It was.
But the head assery stayed.
I
mean, we had to definitely make it.
We made it fun, bro. Like,
Yeah. But do you remember when?
Bro, I just think about.
Do you remember when you heard No Mask? No. Do you know The Mask?
No, I'm just thinking about like everything.
Do you remember when you almost got in a fight with that skateboarder?
The skateboarder. About what?
Bro, it was freshman year. Remember at the cafeteria? Because remember this is what happened. Like,
no, I remember it, but I don't like remember it.
Like,
why did I?
I just know like remember y'all know like Yik Yak? Did y'all know what that was?
Yeah.
So like when like a Yik Yak, the anonymous app, like whatever, like everyone's on it for college, but they're like just shit talking all the football players. Like, and that's when the hoverboards came out that year because y'all were all riding up to the cafeteria.
Bro, first of all, the hoverboard was the sickest thing
Crazy.
in the world, bro. I would ride it like into the cafeteria, and they're like, "You gotta get off." I'm like, "It's not a skateboard," and like roll past them. But it was crazy. Yeah, they were just talking shit.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, these guys are douchebags." They're like, "They're not what Colorado. They're not what Durango's about." And it was just like, bro, we were just different. Like the football players,
just from the city,
were just like different.
I mean, because there's a lot from Texas and a lot from California, so it's like two popular ass states from popular ass cities going into smaller like.
Yeah, bro. And people forget, bro. Like, I don't know, like, if this was not common knowledge, but we had a felon on the team. I'm like, bro, why are we, like, y'all are talking mess to that guy?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, he's gonna be.
Hey, recruiting in D2 a little different, man. Like, for real.
Recruiting D2
Who's
is
the felon?
I can't.
My bad.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna air him out like that, but remember we had what's his name? Peanut. He was like 33.
What position did he play?
Lydell? Oh, he was nice. Wide receiver from
So you just ratted him out?
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You set me up, bro.
I did not.
Low
Ask
key,
what position.
low key.
What did I ask?
What position?
Did I ask his name?
Bro, but he was nice, bro.
Yeah,
Buddy was.
giving him
crazy.
flowers different. Like
Bro,
he
Buddy
was. Yeah.
Was he better than that dude from? God damn it,
Cali?
what's his name? No, that other squad y'all had to play. Was it Mesa or Pueblo?
Mesa Vert Moon is the one that was at. Who
Was he the fastest one?
Shit,
Skinny as hell, small, but it was like
that's Petey.
That was Petey.
Petey.
And I dunked Petey on his head.
Yeah.
Bro, really, like suplexed him, bro, like belly to back.
I just showed him your. I showed him your.
Oh, is that the?
Yeah. Belly to back suplex.
You did hit that shit.
Got my soul took.
He's not proud of
Yeah, you
that.
did get your soul took. You got your soul took. Yeah, bro. Bro, first of all, Colorado Mesa was like still one of those core memories, bro. The hardest I've ever been ran over by their little running back, bro. He was like a transfer from like Iowa.
Yeah.
Bro, like didn't play at Iowa, but bro, hit me dead in my chin, and I just remember like grabbing him by the bottom of his helmet and like falling down. Bro, hit me so hard. I'm like, oh, like I just gave that guy my chest, and he took all of it.
Boy, I got the air knocked out of him, huh?
Bro, I'm telling you, there's. I don't know if you remember this, but bro, Patrick Hall absolutely clotheslined me and killed me on like the 2-yard line.
Really?
Bro, freshman year. So PJ was like our running
Shout
back.
out PJ.
He's like 5'2", yo.
That was the one that hit against Montana State, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bro, he's like 5'2". And bro, I'm like, okay, I play in Texas football. I'm like, I'm not scared of nothing. I'm gonna go run down. But bro, he's one of those guys. As you get closer to him, he gets smaller. Mm-hmm. So bro, I'm running up and I'm like, I'm getting lower and lower and lower. And by the time he's there, bro, runs me flat over. Bro, I'm on my back. And I'm like, bro, I just got ran over like in a scrimmage. I'm like in front of other people. I'm like, I'm embarrassed.
Did you show CJ that hit?
I don't think I've shown CJ that video of that dude. I can pull it up.
That shit was crazy.
Of PJ getting smoked,
Bro,
That was bad.
And went back
You
in the
probably
game.
can't pull it up on this.
Bro,
Yeah, it's pretty slow right now.
PJ was crazy, yo. But I mean, we had some
Crazy for sure.
We had some guys at Fort Lewis, bro, that are like I was saying earlier, bro, that I don't think are real people. Like,
What? What
like,
do you mean by that?
NPCs or what?
definition of NPCs, bro.
Oh, shit.
Definition, like, bro, PJ is like not a real person. There's no way. Like, bro, love PJ, but bro, there's no way. That's
Remember
a
when
real
he used to throw like those parties? Like you went to one actually. That when we went to that cabin and shit, and it was like hella people junior year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on County Road, one of the county
Yeah,
roads.
it was like in the,
900
it was in
of
like the in the sticks, like in the forest type shit.
That's when I saw what's her name? What's her name? The Alaska girl.
Can I say her name? You want me to?
I don't know her.
Aries.
Aries,
yeah. That way Carl's like, who is that? I was like, hey, go talk to her.
Aries,
Hey,
bro.
go talk to him.
That whole little crew, the Fort Lewis cheerleading crew, bro.
Yeah. That name for sure.
Yeah, man. That's all that's talked about there. But bro, it was like who else was like an NPC, like a person that like you can't be a real person.
Do you roommate?
Who?
Fucking what's his
Here's
name?
the hit, by the way, CJ.
What's his name?
Roommate.
He worked for
Damn.
fucking what was it? Your fucking sweet mate,
What year?
freshman.
Oh, bro, he's talking about Joey.
Bro, Joey was
That boy
bro,
Joey,
like, there's
man.
no way, bro. Joey, there's not. Bro, I refuse to believe that Joey's a real person.
Bro, did you ever? He didn't wash his clothes.
Yeah, bro. It was like not to like shit on him, but it was like weird. Like he didn't. I've told Kat this story too. He didn't like do laundry for like the first semester, damn near. And we were like, bro, why? Like, oh, he told us that because he's like, bro, I haven't done laundry since I got to school. And it was like we looked down, like, damn, we're about to go home for Thanksgiving. And then he's like, yeah, I just, I like turn my underwear inside out. Like I was like, oh nah, bro, you're like,
But, like,
that's what I
why?
knew. I don't know.
Bro,
I think he was just like cheap.
NPC.
Yeah.
bro, NPC.
It's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Because
Like you had to pay,
Disgusting.
like you had to like pick
Yeah,
quarters
pay
in the
the-
dorms and shit to
Yeah.
wash your clothes, but like I don't know.
Bro, I'm
like,
washing my clothes.
Like I'm like not trying to shit on him, but I'm just saying like that's kind of like long story short, there was just people like that at Fort Lewis. Like
What
Walking
was he
around-
from?
walking around
was he
barefooted
from
in
there?
snow.
walk around.
was he from there?
Was he from,
He was
like-
from Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walking
it's
around
just, like,
barefoot
people
in
from
snow.
Colorado, kind
Colorado
of
thing,
weird.
bro. It's just different.
He's always
There would be people walking around barefooted
Barefoot
in snow.
in the snow and shit. Like on like because there was like a lot of hippies that go to Fort Lewis because it's like a big like it's a liberal arts school. So there's like a lot of hippies there. It's it's where it's located at. It's very easy for people from small mountain towns to go to school there. Like it's like a 2 to 4 hour drive for some of these people.
And it's away from home. I guess
And it's
what
away
you're
from
saying.
home.
And
And,
bro, Native Americans get free tuition.
yeah,
So,
shout
bro, if
out
you're-
free tuition.
If you can like prove you're like, I think it's 1/8 or like 1/54 like Native American, you get free tuition.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro, there was all kind of people there. I was like, bro, there's no way you're.
I
Native.
should have went there.
Yeah, bro. There's like
You
I'm
should
like,
have low key.
I'm like, bro, there's no way. It's like 1/8 or like 1/54. I'm like, that's like my great.
Tight shit. Yeah.
But bro, like I'm trying to think of someone like just another example of like people that just like I'm like, bro, you're not real. Like, bro, what's a tapestry, bro? Like people would like,
Bro, that was like the thing, like
Bro,
the
it just-
tapestry in the dorms.
bro, just imagine tapestry and then like in sweater form, and that's like the number one thing people are wearing. I'm like, bro, like what are we doing?
And those damn sandals, Chacos, or whatever. I
bro.
can't stand them.
The
sandals,
Chacos, bro. It's
I don't like
the-
chocolate.
They're ugly.
I'm not a Chaco
And then
guy.
the Chaco tan too, like
Bro, and that's like a thing. Like
That
people
is
are
a
like
thing.
real life, like, oh, bro, live or die for the Chacos. I'm like, bro,
They gotta be comfortable.
bro, have to be.
They
There's
gotta be
no way
comfortable.
that many people like just wear them like for a fashion accessory.
yeah.
And
No.
What was your? I guess we can start getting back on track.
Mm-hmm.
What was your like most favorite year/memory at Fort Lewis?
ooh, favorite memory at Fort Lewis. Oh, definitely football wise.
It doesn't even have to be
It can be
football.
both.
Just-
I'm
yeah,
curious.
just
He's like,
memory
oh
in
shit, I'm
general.
gonna let you know
I'm
football.
gonna let both.
Yeah.
Football wise, definitely catching my first pick against, or not first pick six against Shadron. Picking off the screen because
The damn signal?
Damn signal. Gave me the signal. I was like, okay, fuck it, let's just go.
Bubble.
Yeah.
Yep, bubble.
Yeah.
Pick sixed it. And we lost that game. Crazy.
Damn.
And then favorite memory, just like at Fort Lewis, beating CSU Pueblo.
Facts.
Like, bro, like that was crazy. Because they were like number 2.
Yeah, they were number 2, and we were like up and down, but we had like no DBs.
Yeah.
Because you had a concussion. You tried to play, but
But-
Crawford took you off the field, and then Malcolm had a concussion. The only corners were me and Ricky.
Yeah.
And Tyrell. Like it was us three the whole game. Like me and Tyrell started, and then Ricky like relieved us, bro. I think I played like 98 plays that game. Yeah.
Wasn't that like Malcolm's last game?
It was, bro, it was
low
key.
key.
That was like around that time,
Because
wasn't it?
Malcolm didn't play. Malcolm got like through 2 practices our senior year.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it was one of his last ones.
He didn't play most of our junior year, and then he like didn't practice during spring because he got hurt again. And then our senior year, was rough, bro. Like he didn't play senior year, and then like Justin's fucking injury.
That
bro.
was the most horrifying thing. I still to this day that I've seen.
Yeah.
But you know when you tear your patella tendon, your kneecap shoots into your quad. Mm-hmm. Bro, he did it, and I'm like, bro, like Dustin, like what's up? Get up. And he pulls up his pant leg, and bro, I see like a crater where his knee is. And I'm like, trainer.
It was just a freak accident too, because it was a regular.
We were just
it was a regular drill.
we were
just
just
a
doing
regular ball
drills.
drill.
Like we weren't even hitting, and we were just doing like ball drills, like
Yeah.
DB receiver, like in phase type deal.
And bro, I looked. I'm like, oh, that's absolutely crazy.
I look like a goddamn knuckle with it.
Bro, look like my finger. Yo.
Yeah. Speaking of that, do you remember how you like hurt your finger like
So
that?
I went to. Don't laugh at my finger. So I went to.
Shit, I laugh at that motherfucker.
That's
So
crazy, bro.
So I went to play in an all-star game after my senior year, and so there's NFL scouts there. We're doing one-on-ones, bro. I get a pass breakup, and I'm like, yeah, cuss word. And I look down at my hand. I'm like, bro, my finger. It was a literal like T. I'm like, oh my god,
Shit. What the fuck?
yeah. I run up to one of the trainers, and she's like a student trainer. Like, so I guess an all-star game, but they're not like, like real trainers. She's like a student. She's like, oh. And that freaked me out even more.
Yeah,
What do you mean? Oh,
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what that means, but do something.
yeah.
So she like pops it back in, and bro, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why it really looks like this. So she takes it back up. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get back to campus, and bro, they give me this like purely like Caucasian like finger thing. I'm like, bro, that's not my skin tone. I'm not wearing that. And like, bro, I'm not gonna wear that.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're gonna be like, oh, that guy has a fake finger. No, I refuse.
Yeah, refuse.
I'm like, nah, not that. So then, bro, now it looks like this. Hindsight, I probably should have worn it.
So what? Like that was the only one they had, and
Yeah, bro, $1 million idea, different color skin tone finger wraps, braces. I don't know what they're called, but need them.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh, bro.
does it hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt, but like,
Does it like affect anything you do?
not so I can't my fist. Like if I'm trying to like scoop water, like then like that happens. Water. Like,
Why are you scooping water?
You never know. Like if I'm hungry or thirsty, and it's just falling out my hand.
Can you make a fist?
So I mean,
Like I can make like okay fist, but like you look at it, you're like, okay, bro, that finger's not supposed to be there.
have you ever like dapped someone up and they're like, "What the hell?"
No, but like, bro, like this will be like a casual conversation, and they're like, "Hey, bro, like your finger." I'm like, oh my god, I didn't notice.
No fucking way, dude.
Or sometimes, bro, like
How long?
if I'm playing basketball or something, someone hits me, I'm like, oh my finger.
So in order to fix it, they'd probably have to re-break
Oh,
it.
but they'd have to
And then-
break it
and
and,
then, like,
Surgery.
bro, do all types of because
Put
bro,
some rod in
bro,
it.
feel it, bro. It's
Yeah, all
that's
that
like
scar tissue.
that's scar. It's hard.
Damn. You got
Yeah, bro,
hella
like it
scar
doesn't
tissue.
like, bro, it doesn't straighten. Like that's
That's crazy.
yeah, bro.
I mean, it's just how like
Yeah.
UFC fighters
Yeah.
do the same thing with their ears, just straight cord tissue
Oh, yeah,
in
bro.
there and just.
I tell people all types of crazy stories. I'm like, yeah, bro, I got in a fight and he grabbed my finger and just twisted it and I headbutted him. And I
mean, it's believable.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm like, bro, I just tell people all types of crazy things, but it's ugly. And why I did that, bro, my hand kind of like seized up, and that's never happened before, so I don't know. Like, if we're talking about it. Yeah, bro. Oh,
Can hear us.
yeah, I know. Hey, but when it gets cold, hurts.
That's typically
Yeah.
on most injuries. I don't know. That could be where my shoulder's been fucking up.
I mean, I've been having lower back pain lately, but hey, bro, you know what it is? That damn Indy with Coach Mack, our senior year, making us run for fucking 30 minutes at the beginning
That's
of
the
practice.
riff runs, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what that shit
That's
is,
the riff
really.
runs, bro.
Bro, I saw this thing on Twitter too. Like they're talking about TCU and like how they were a fast team in the playoffs because they just like do like real training,
Yeah.
like 10, 20, 30, 40-yard sprints. And I quoted that shit and I was like, bro, I remember when our coaches used to make us run around the field for an hour, like jog, like,
Yeah.
and like hella people from Fort Lewis like liked and retweeted that because that shit was
What
just
coach
stupid.
was that?
It was Riff.
Coach Riff.
When he was our head coach.
When he was our head coach.
They called him Riff.
It's literally called Riff
Like, bro,
runs.
we'd really run for 40 minutes.
Run for 40 minutes, like
Is that the other crazy head coach?
Yeah. Well,
nah. He's like a good guy.
so
but
we had 4 head coaches.
Yeah.
we had
We had 3. So we had John L. Smith,
Riff for
Riff.
our year, and then Morris for 2.
We had Morris for 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure Morris for 2.
I think we had Riff for 2.
No, Riff for 2, and,
and
then
then
Morris for 2.
1. Nah.
Or 1. Yeah.
That is 5 years. Yeah. So then,
But we had Morris.
We had Morris
yeah.
our senior year, and then we had Riff for 2. But bro, like being in college football now, it's like we didn't have a strength coach. Like
No,
that's like a
it was-
big
Shit,
thing.
I barely had a
It was
coach.
it was Coach
That's what I'm
Crawford,
saying. Bro,
really,
Coach Crawford,
and then Perry.
and then Perry came, and I don't, yeah. But like we didn't have like a guy that was like, okay, this is his role.
Yeah.
So bro, then you look back at it, you're like, okay, like these guys weren't like really developing like the way they should. Bro, so that's why I mean, you look at some of our guys, they're like, okay, this guy's a senior, but he's still small.
Yeah.
Because bro, we were lifting, but we weren't like, there was no like rhyme to reason.
Our shit changed way too much. Like we were doing stuff differently every off season.
Yeah, bro.
I have a question for y'all. So when Crawford was there, he was just like strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah.
Was that the only time when y'all had to meet weights?
So, bro, Crawford used to do that every fall camp. And that was the toughest thing. Oh my God.
Hardest thing.
Meeting weights, I don't know. I have mixed emotions about it through all sports because it's hard. Like it's not easy to do and it's not easy to maintain, especially like as a college kid and especially like not. I mean, you don't know everybody's background.
Yeah.
You know.
No, 1000%.
You're.
No
I don't
reason-
know if you mind me saying this. My mom's a single mom, single
Yeah.
parent.
Yeah.
His parents together. Obviously, his parents are going to bring in more than what your mom brings in.
For sure.
So his parents can afford more than what your mom can afford for you.
Yeah.
And what you eat determines how you're going to make your weight or not.
sure.
Yeah.
So it's like, especially in college, at that young of an age, it's like,
College was.
Bro, it was that was the worst thing I did. But bro, I look at it now, and I think Crawford is a mad genius.
For sure.
Bro, because he would set our weights, like we would have our weight, like say I came in at like 170. And I'm like, I'd weigh out and like, 164. I'm like, bro, I got to go get to at least 168. But when he explained it, he's like, hey, this is because of soft tissue injuries. Like we're playing DB, we're running. We're not worried about shoulders. We're not worried about knees as much. We're worried about the hamstrings, the quads being depleted. And so I'm like, oh, that makes sense to me. But, at the same time, I'm like, if I come my junior year, I came in at 203 pounds. And so I'm trying to maintain 203 pounds, and I walk around like $185. And so I'm trying to eat. Bro, I used to projectile vomit like chocolate milk.
And water.
And bro, because it's that tough. Because I'm like, I'm 203 pounds. I got to get to 200. And I'm not a 200 guy.
it's hard.
Yeah, especially when you're on the creatine and stuff like that. Bro, you just lose it. Like if you hop off the supplements for a little bit, it falls off of you.
I don't think people necessarily understand how hard it is to maintain a weight like that, depending on your body, how tall you are, obviously.
yeah.
Like, for you, like, 205 is the hardest fuck to maintain in general, but, like, 200, you're not a very tall guy. Like, that shit's hard to maintain.
Nah, bro, I'm not a 200 guy. Like if I'm walking around at 200, I'm fat. Like I'm a big body.
Yeah.
And so, bro, I came in. I'm like, okay, like I'm playing safety. I need to be a little bit bigger. And I got there and I'm like, oh, like I can't do this. Like I can't eat this much because I literally feel slow. Like I feel stomach. I feel my stomach, and it was terrible.
But then you get back there and it's like, fuck, like I'm too small. I can't
Yeah, it's
I can't compete with these dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
bro,
I mean, there's just like throwing your body around at because at least for me when I was playing, I was probably my senior year, I was like 185.
Yeah.
Now I'm like 190, but if I was like bigger, I would just be more confident throwing my body into shit. And like you said, you go to camp at 200. First day of pads, like you're throwing yourself around because you're like, I'm bigger.
Yeah.
Like I can do that. But then when you start losing the weight, and you're like, I start making business decisions and all that stuff. So I mean,
Bro,
it's
I had
definitely
2 shoulder surgeries.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, you did tear your labrum.
Yeah, in both shoulders.
Yeah,
And,
I remember that.
Had all types of.
Shut up.
Yeah, had.
You and came in and you. That's
bro,
fucking
had all
crazy.
types of chips in my shoulder, bro. Because I was like, okay, playing college football at 170 pounds, bro, it's tough.
Bro, how annoying was that labrum surgery?
Bro, that was terrible.
That shit sucks so
So
bad.
I've never wanted to throw hands with my mom, like legitimately. So bro,
Because of the pain, right?
yeah, bro. Day after, they were like, "Hey, he's gonna hurt. Wake him up. Take these pills." My mom comes, she's like, oh, you were sleeping so peacefully. Bro, that was the maddest I've ever been in my life at my mom. And I sat there like in this big old brace and I'm just sitting there looking like, wow, like I hate this because I'm in so much pain. Like I'm in tears.
Did your pills do anything?
No.
Neither did mine.
Bro, they made me have crazy dreams. I lied. Bro, when I remember.
I think it's because they weren't pain. They're for pain, but it was to put you to sleep.
Yeah.
That was to the pain.
Bro.
But I think that's why you had the crazy dreams.
Bro, I'm telling you, I used to remember like teeth like chasing me. Bro, crazy. Next level, like, oh.
Like I have a high pain tolerance. Like I really do. But like there's times where I'll just be in the living room and I'll just go up and go to my room and just like squat down or bend over and like just want to cry because I'm like, dude, this fucking hurts. And you can't do anything about it. You're just taking the pain, but there's no pain meds that like work unless they give you like Vicodin or something. But they didn't give us that. They just gave us whatever the fuck that shit was, and it didn't do anything.
Bro, hurt so bad. And then I remember, bro, I used to get so frustrated going to rehab because, bro, I was like, okay, I'm healthy. Because you know, with a labrum, you have full range of motion at about like 3 months. So you're like, okay, I'm ready to do everything. And they're like, nah, like you can't lift weights, you can't do this, you can't do that. And so I used to be in like tears. My mom's having to call the trainers every other day because like, bro, we're going back and forth. I'm like, bro, like this isn't what this is gonna do. Looking back on it, I'm like, that guy knows what he's talking about a little bit.
For sure.
At the time, I'm like, bro, I just wanna do something. Yeah. But I remember, so I go in after my second surgery on the same exact thing. I'm in the shower the day of the surgery, like lifting my arm up because I'm like, bro, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna make sure I'm back fast. Looking back on it, yeah, now that shoulder cracks. But
The shit sucks.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying the shit sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I can relate to it a little bit. I didn't get to play college ball because of that reason. I tore it, but like at the same time, it's like you're like, I got to get back out there because that's your time on the field that you're losing, and like
Your best availability is your ability.
at the end of the, I mean, you might not like want to think it, but you still kind of know subconsciously. That was your last 4 years of playing ball.
yeah.
So like every opportunity you want to be out there playing.
Bro,
For you to like be taken away from an injury, it's just like fuck.
Bro, I remember, bro, this is like right after I tore it. We're doing a drill, or we're going through like one-on-ones, or not even one-on-ones, like 7-on-7. Buddy hits me on my shoulder, it pops out, and I fall on the ground. And Crawford comes up to me, he's like, that happens in a game, that's a touchdown. Bro, first of all, insane. And I'm like, bro, my shoulder's out of place.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks at me, and we just kind of like look at each other like, oh, okay. Like, so. Yeah. And so, bro, since then, bro, I just always used to pop it back in. You just got to grab it, lift, and it just pops back in.
I used to wear that
I
spider.
used to wear the brace,
Yes.
but then I didn't like the brace, bro, because it messed with my swag. So it was real. Bro, some of my favorite pictures, bro, like, are ruined because I had this, bro, that's when I only had this tattoo. Like, that was my one tattoo.
And
I'm like, bro, I gotta have this brace on it. I'm like, bro, like, nah.
Yeah.
So, and I told him, why did I get the surgery if I still have to wear this brace? And that was my thinking. You know, same thing. Like, hindsight.
Look at that.
Yeah. But nah, bro, no, mess with my swag. I'm like, bro, I'm not wearing that brace. And then Crawford's like, wear the brace. I'm like,
What was your swag like? Like, what were you wearing on the field?
Bro, looking back on it, I thought I was so swaggy. And then I see pictures, I'm like, bro, I look like I got dressed in the dark. Like, bro, compared to some people nowadays, I'm like, bro, like the the one sleeve, like, bro, the bands. I'm like, oh, bro, like this is tough. Like, that guy is like swaggy.
Yeah.
And me, bro, I wore the same like 3/4 leg tights. Bro, I had the gold. I always had some fly cleats though. I had the gold cleats that said prime time on the back, and then I had the gold gloves. But like compared to other people, I'm like, oh, my.
But when y'all played, that was a style though.
Oh yeah,
It was definitely
It
different.
was a style.
It was definitely different.
That's like so. Like right after us, like that's when the baggy T-shirts were coming out, and I'm like, bro, I wish I
the
was.
jersey
underneath
type
Like,
shit.
bro, I wish I
Yeah.
was part of that because I love that.
That was
Twins.
Jay Reed used to wear that shit
Well,
too.
the Jay Reed and the twins wear like that, right?
Yeah, the twins, Dakota and
Yeah,
Jaden.
the twins wear like
Yeah.
that.
And they have the hood out the back. I'm
Yeah,
like, bro, that's
that
tough.
shit's fire.
I'm like, that's tough.
Yeah.
Like, and I just like was not my thing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a band guy. So, bro, my one tattoo was covered up by this brace, and I'm like, bro, I'm miserable.
But there's
I
also
hate it here.
just dumbass rules in the RMAC. Like they would talk about the knee pad shit, like for the DBs and receiver. I'm like, bro, we just got worried about people cutting us, and most of the time it's like in the thigh,
Yeah.
and then like the back flaps, like they wouldn't let us like have them out and shit.
Yeah,
I
bro,
was
like that. Now, be real. The toughest thing I did was my senior year when I was number 5. I taped the $5 bill onto my back plate.
Yeah, you're
that was tough.
I remember that.
That was tough.
Yeah.
That was tough. I'm not gonna lie, that was tough.
It was.
I have it up. I'm like, yeah. That's and then I remember, bro, after season trying to get it off and rip the $5 bill, and I was upset.
Fuck, God damn it. $5 at McDouble.
But no, bro, that was the toughest thing I did. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, I used to have those baggy pants. My swag was terrible.
No, y'all's jerseys were.
Oh,
The jerseys were
was it the gold pants? The gold pants were the shitty ones, right?
Yeah.
Or was it the blue pants?
I mean, shit, we were wearing.
No, like they look like bag because there was one that would look tight and then there was one that looked like baggy. Or
I think it's the blue ones, bro, because they were bad.
The best pants we had were the white ones.
Best pants were the white ones.
White ones, for sure.
Bro, I had my jersey, number 5, I don't know why, is an XL. I'm like, bro, we got linemen that's rocking 5
My
like
shoes
that?
are XL too.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I had to go get my jersey tailored. And I had to pay for it.
Yeah.
Bro, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't even have that jersey. I'm upset. Now,
Sounds like some
I had
Fort Lewis
to get my shit. But you have the helmet though, and I want that. I actually hit them up trying to get a helmet, and they were like, "Oh yeah, contact the athletic department." Email them, bro. Never email me back, so that's like my alumni. But I do chirp them.
And you said football, they said spam.
Spam. You're a
junk mail.
You got anything?
Yeah, so going back to how you were saying, like, Fort Lewis was like, at the time, it was like the worst time of your life or whatever, and now looking back, it kind of, it was I forgot what you said exactly, but you said that it's what you needed in your life at the time. Could you, like, kind of elaborate more on that and explain what you mean by that exactly?
Bro, as much as I don't want to admit it, bro, I was an impressionable, like, 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid. Bro, I was going to be a product of my environment, like, wherever you put me. Mm-hmm. So, bro, if you go put me at the University of Texas, I'm going to be a terrible person. Because I'm going to be an 18-year-old kid that's around all of this, like, bro, like, doing all this, just, like, having, and, like, bro, growing up in Dallas, like, bro, it's nice, and, like, but my high school was ghetto. Like, there's no doubt about it. But it was like, bro, I'm just a product of my environment. I'm going to be, like, wherever I'm at. And so, bro, getting sent to Durango, Colorado, bro, it allowed me to find things about myself. I'm like, bro, like, I like hiking. Like, bro, I never would have known that. I would have never went on a hike if I was still in Dallas or if I went to Austin or wherever I was. I'm like, bro, like, it put me in a situation where, like, I had no choice but to grow because, bro, like, besides, like, me, Cam, and some of those other guys we hung out with, we're so different than everybody else. So it's like, oh, I'm kind of here by myself. Like, I have friends, but, like, I'm here by myself. So how am I gonna find me? Mm. And so, bro, but it was, yeah. Looking back, I'm like, bro, it was a blessing in disguise, really. Yeah. But, like, bro, if I was in, if I went to USC or something, I'd have been a terrible person. Like, bro, you couldn't put me in a big university because I was impressionable. Yeah. I was a child. Yeah. But it was fun, bro. Yeah. It was a fun time.
Oh yeah. So I guess going past college, what was kind of like when you graduated and you say you have your master's now? Congrats on that. Yes. Like, what was kind of your, like, after, football was out of the picture and, got that degree, what was kind of like your mentality? What was the plan after that?
So like Carlos said, I'm a single parent household guy. So the male figures in my life that affected me the most were my football coaches. And so I'm like, so I didn't know what I wanted to do really. I'm like, so how can I, like, help? And, like, how can I do something that I'm going to feel good about? I'm like, bro, I'm just going to coach. Like, so I'm just going to be a GA. Like, I'm going to try it out. So ended up GA at Midwestern, graduate assistant.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it something that you always wanted to do? Or
It did. It just kind of like fell into me. Like, I was like, okay, I'm like, hey, let's try this out.
Like, football has always been a part of your life.
I'm like, this is what I know. I'm like, I'm not going to go, like, working 9 to 5 because I don't understand anything. Yeah. I'm like, bro, is there really job boards? I'm like, am I on LinkedIn? Like, I don't know what, I don't even know how to, like, approach this. Yeah. So it was just kind of, bro, football fell to me. And it just, like, since then, like, bro, it's been something I'm passionate about. And now I just got my personal training license. Yeah. So, bro, keep trying to, like, figure out how to work it like that. Because it was, yeah. I tell my guys and I tell, like, some of the people that I know now, it's like, bro, don't go chase money. Like, bro, go chase happiness and make the money come to you. Because, bro, I know a whole bunch.
Nolan was saying.
Bro, I know a whole bunch of people that are miserable, like that make a whole bunch of money.
Yeah. One of our friends had dinner with him weeks ago, and he was telling us the same thing.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, I know 6-figure guys that like, bro, are miserable.
Yeah.
But I love coaching football, and I don't make a ton of money by any means, any stretch of the imagination. But I love what I do. Yeah. And you go see the Nick Sabans of the world, the Dabo Sweeneys of the world. These guys are making $8-9 million a year. Yeah. So I mean, if you do it and you're passionate about something like this, bro, the money's gonna come.
Yeah. I won't say I guarantee you they don't care about it, but they probably don't care about the money that much. No. They love what they do.
Bro, love it.
They literally love what they do.
Especially at that point, bro.
Yeah, bro. Once you, bro, I think it's like once you've put so much into the game, like, bro, that's all you know and that's all you care about. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, I've heard Nick Saban is a terrible person to work for, but like, bro, you can't deny greatness.
How hard is being grueling, I should say, being a GA?
Bro, once again, one of the toughest things I've ever done. So I worked for Bill Maskell. Shout out Billy White Shoes. Bro, old man, was at D1, all types of D1 spots. Was a D1 guy. So, bro, fresh out, I'm 22 years old. I'm working 18-hour days. I'm sleeping in the office because I'm working that much. And so our assistant, I just worked our front desk stuff. Wasn't any football. She bought me an air mattress because I was just sleeping in the office. It was that grueling. I remember, so we did a thing called commitment time. I don't even know if this was NCAA legal, but I don't really care because I don't work there anymore. But, bro, it was 12 o'clock. It was 12 to 1. And it's if a person got in that much trouble, commitment time. And who's the coach that's going to do it? The GAs. So, okay. So I just worked 12 to 1. This kid doesn't have any homework. Why? Because we do study hall 3 times a week for 2.5 hours. So me and this kid are sitting here looking at each other for an hour. Really. And then you have to backdoor that with running the 5:30s, which is the real punishment for, the other guys who didn't get into much trouble. So I'm like, bro, that's legitimately 4.5 hours, and I'm doing stuff up till then. And as a GA at Midwestern, I was film guy, I was the laundry guy, bro, every role you can think of, I did it. But that made me a great coach. Bro, getting cussed out, bro, getting embarrassed, really, getting embarrassed by, this old white man made me so much better because it made me pay such attention to detail. My favorite Billy. So he's an old guy. And, old guys are, they say kind of whatever. Bro, he walks into a meeting one day with just the defensive coaches, puts on the film, puts his leg up there, starts leaning over. He's like, this guy gets bust up like a tangerine. And I look at him, I'm like, bro, what does that even mean? Bro, I have to walk out because I'm laughing in this man's face. But I'm like, bro, what?
What does that mean?
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm I still don't know.
Yeah.
Bro, we used to write down expressions. He's like a blind dog in the meat house. Okay, get that one, crazy. Yeah. He's like, the Keystone Cops. I'm like, bro, what is that? It's the Three Stooges, before the Three Stooges.
Okay.
So, bro, it has all types of crazy sayings. I'm like, I can't wait to get old so I can steal all of them.
Start saying random shit.
Bro, I'm telling you, go with it. I don't even know if I should say this one, bro, but it's hilarious and it makes me laugh every time I tell the story. Bro, so he's old, like I said, old guy in charge of special teams. So he's telling the guard and the tackle to move over. He's like, move 6 inches, like my dick. And bro, I look. I'm like,
excuse me, sir?
But that's
college.
That's what they say.
It's college is different.
Bro, college, man. And bro, this guy is 80 years old. I remember one time we're having a compliance meeting. I don't know how this man didn't get fired for this. This is still crazy. Compliance meeting. And it's a woman talking. And he's like, hey, make sure y'all listen. Y'all know how those women get when you don't listen. And I'm like, bro,
damn.
I'm like, this is crazy. This is a whole different culture. Mm-hmm. My first day in the office, I said, hey, coach. He goes, hey, brother. Oh, that one. I started looking around. I'm like, that one had some undertones. But love Billy Maskell. Yeah. Every time I see him, I act like I don't see him so I don't have to talk to him. But he did make me a great coach, bro. He made me a lot better.
What was the biggest difference from West Texas and Fort Lewis?
West Texas?
Just program-wise and facility-wise.
Bro, West Texas has a D1 stadium. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's super nice, super all the facilities out in West Texas, because I mean they have donors that care, they care, but bro, how it's ran, like it's almost militaristic, like how like hey, these guys are here at here at here at here at here, you know, being at Fort Lewis, like it was like we had schedules, but it wasn't like, bro, like this is what these kids are here to do. Yeah. We were college students that played football. Yeah. These are football players that do college. And that was like seeing that, like even at Midwestern, like it's like, okay, like I get it. Like there was an expectation, you know, at these places, it's like, hey, like you might have class, but like we know. Like we know what to do. And so it's like, and that's the expectation. It's like, hey, we're the number 17 team in the nation, and we're playing this guy that, you know, the number 1 receiver in D2. And you're going to class on Tuesday? And you're going to class on Wednesday, and this is D2. And bro, you think D1s ain't doing it? Bro, it's crazy. Bro, it's political, but it's like, bro, this is college football at its finest. Mm-hmm. At its finest. And we were ranked number 17 at Midwestern, and I think we started the season number 25 at West Texas, and we were number 17 at Midwestern. And it's like, bro, we're good, but we're not, we're not top 10. Yeah. So I'm just imagining what those guys are like, okay, like, class isn't happening for you this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, bro, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what was your, like, jeez, I don't know what my stomach doing. Just sitting down. But relax. I didn't just want to chill. Relax.
Oh, you got the bubble guts on there.
Relax. But what was like your going back to like playing? What was like your welcome to college moment?
Oh, welcome to college moment. Getting knocked out in that first scrimmage. That was tough because I came in. I was a confident dude. I was running with the twos like day 3.
Yeah.
Through, some guys being ineligible, but like, it gave me a big head. I'm like, okay. Coach Crawford comes up, he's like, hey, I'm gonna throw you in the fire. And I'm like, okay, I like that. Like, this is what I want. And being in that first scrimmage, bro, playing a little bit, getting knocked out, like legitimately knocked out, and then hearing like days after, like the coach was like, the offensive line coach was like excited. He's like, yeah, that'll teach him to run his mouth. Like hearing stuff like that, it's like, okay, like this is business. Mm-hmm. And so like, bro, it changes your like hard wiring. You're like, okay, like nah, this is a little bit different.
Yeah,
college is different.
College is different,
bro.
I mean, they're like,
everyone is like that.
Imagine the NFL.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like what they talk about with the NBA, bro. Everybody's good. Like, bro, everybody's a good football player.
Yeah.
I remember, bro, getting shook out of my shoes by a freshman, and I'm a junior, and I just was like coming off an all-conference season. And I'm like, bro, buddy just made me touch made my knees clap. And I'm like,
bro, he's a freshman.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, he's a freshman.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, everybody's good. Everybody's gonna have their day. And people like look down on D2. Like, oh, it's D2.
There's some ballers out there.
Bro, yeah. I remember Colorado State Pueblo, first of all, had Harlan Hills guys. Yeah. Guys that are playing in the league still.
Yeah.
But bro, this is our junior year. So we scout CSU Pueblo. They're a top 10 team, of course. Bro, I have the little white receiver. I'm like, okay. I'm like, bro, I got him. Like 0 catches. Mm-hmm. I'm like, he's in my bag. He's in my Duffy. Yeah. And I'm telling coach, talking all week. I'm like, coach, he's not catching a pass.
Yeah.
Bro, first play of the game, 6'4" black dude lines up in front of me. I'm like, who is this? Yeah. Bro, they throw him a screen, and he stiff arms me, and I have a picture of my head like this, bro, trying to tackle this grown man. Bro, I'm like, I have no clue who this guy is. There's one play on film, bro, beats me, and I just tackle him, PI. But it's like, look back on him, like, this guy's a transfer from San Diego State that just got in trouble. And he played at San Diego State. Yeah.
And it's like that all the time, like, especially like Highlands, too. Yeah. Like, you can get in that school with Fs. Yeah. And they were getting guys that were like D1 bounce backs, like 6'6", running 4.4s.
I feel like the biggest thing from ridiculous. D1 to D2, really, there is somewhat of a skill gap. Obviously, with the 5 stars, it's a little bit different. But like, the biggest thing is going to be height. That's the reason y'all went D2 is because y'all just weren't big enough.
Yeah. Like, bro, people forget we played Austin Eckler.
Yeah. He got trapped by Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh no, he gave it to you on the sideline.
But okay, 1 yard run though.
Oh no, for sure. No, Austin Ekler was like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. He's like, I still tackled him.
Yeah,
But you're still on bottom.
Yeah, no.
I tackle him on my own too.
Oh no, I'm quick, bro.
Once or
Yeah,
twice.
sometimes you got to take it on the chest.
Yeah, especially playing like safety too. Like when you're, or like the way our defense was too. Like the boundary corner would play safety, kind of like if the tight end was down, we'd be in like a sky look, so we'd be off the ball.
You
like
got to
12
eat it
yards.
sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this guy is 20 years old, bald headed. I'm like, he knows.
He's been through a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Bro, and I tell people, and like, bro, this is a joke, but it's not really. I'm like, bro, he runs the football like he has a kid. Like, bro, like he runs like he's like for a reason.
Something to
Something to prove.
Yeah, and like, bro, it's cool because he's like, oh, yeah, he still has it on his Instagram. He's like, oh, my goals for senior year. And I was like, bro, all these goals, like, oh, he fumbled. Yeah, he fumbled twice against us, by the way. But, bro, it's like, this was a grown man, like, playing, like, bro, like, playing us.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, as much as, like, he was a different level. But, bro, yeah, height, and then a little bit of speed from the skill positions. Bro, you put a 4-4, like a real 4-4 out there.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Is that Petey?
Yeah, bro. Petey was.
PD.
Yeah,
He might have been like a 4-3 guy.
Bro, that guy could.
I mean, all his highlights were just fucking go routes.
Bro,
He was ridiculous.
Bro, like guys like that, bro. You give an inch of separation, bro. He's just running a straight line.
Yeah.
Like,
You got to
bro,
get hands on someone like that.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, bro, this guy ran right past me.
I mean, because like you know what you're gonna get, but it's like,
Yeah.
stop it.
Yeah, bro. It's hard to stop someone. Hey, if you're faster than me and I'm running as hard as I can, that ball can really just be anywhere.
Yeah.
And so, bro, it makes it tough. You know, guys like who else bro?
Cam always did say that you weren't the fastest, but you knew how to position yourself to like keep up with people that were fast.
Oh yeah, bro. I was a technician because I was never the fastest. I was never the
Then he
biggest.
got fast as shit his senior year.
Yeah, bro, it came out of nowhere. Because I dropped all that weight. But bro, like I was never the fastest, never the biggest, but I was a technician. Like, bro, I was 5'3" as a freshman in high school.
Damn.
Like, bro, I was like 5'7" until like junior year. So, bro, either I was gonna be really bad at football, or I was gonna have to make sure my feet and everything were perfect. And so that like it always like helped me. So then when I did start getting bigger, it was like, okay, just a transition thing. Like, okay, now I'm 180 pounds. Like now, how do I move it? But yeah, guys, like we played Ty Harris, bro. First of all, I hate talking about this, and I tell this to my players, bro. I don't think y'all remember, but Highlands gave me like 103.5.
Bro, I mean, Highlands, like, senior year, they gave me like 130. That was the worst game I played in college. They gave me like 130.
Yeah, bro. They gave me 103.5, yo. Yeah. I do.
They had some guys, bro.
That happens.
Yeah. And then, bro, I hate this memory too. Bro, I don't know if you remember this, Cam, but I do, and I'll never forget it. So, bro, they're going to kick a game-winning field goal. I've played so bad.
What game is this?
Highlands.
Which year?
We're playing
Are
Highlands.
we there?
Yeah, playing
Okay.
at Highlands. Bro, they're going to kick a game-winning field goal. I jump off sides, and he misses the kick.
I remember. Yeah.
They kick it again, make it, bro. Tears, instantly.
That was junior year.
Yeah, bro, hurt. I'm walking off the field, still tears in my eyes, bro, like, just mad, like, because I'm competitive, I hate to lose.
Yeah.
One of their guys goes, oh, we know the reason they lost the game. Bro, sends me in a whirlwind. I'm like, oh, I'm messed up.
Yeah.
But, bro, like crazy. Just, yeah, oh, man, that's a bad memory. That's a core memory that I have to tell my players about now. I'm like, hey, bro, confidence. Keep it.
Yeah.
So I guess question for both of y'all, because you jumped off sides and it's like that's in your head.
Yeah.
Joseph Asai, not necessarily, I guess worse because it's in the penalties in the playoffs, but hits Mahomes out of bounds. Regardless, I mean, it might have made a difference. I don't think it would have made a difference. I think they were going to score regardless, but obviously in the moment, it was a big play, 15 yards, first down. They ain't got to do much, but like he played that whole game phenomenal. Then that one little moment like ruined the whole game for him. But the question I have for y'all, how do y'all feel afterwards the way his teammate was being when he walked into the locker room?
Bro, stuff like that, like really like, being a grown man and he won't admit it, bro, but like stuff like that weighs on your mental. Like really does. This is the guy I've gone to war with for, they're at week 19, week 20, whatever, bro. And now he's he's not necessarily betraying, but kind of betraying you, bro. Publicly, you're in the NFL. You know everything's gonna be on camera, and bro, just to bash a man like that and that's my thing being a coach now. It's like, bro, after a guy messes up, why do I need to yell? Everybody knows that he messed up, and who's gonna be the hardest on that guy? It's the guy that just messed up.
Yeah.
So, bro, like, there's a level of like, respect, and there's a level of understanding, like, bro. Especially at that, you're like, we're all professionals. Like, hey, do you think that guy, he went to go suplex Mahomes out of bounds? No. Like, bro, you're going to criticize a guy for playing hard? And I mean, and like I said, he won't admit it, but bro, seeing that's like, hey, this is a guy that I call it a family member. Like, I call it a teammate. I call it a friend. Is just betraying me, because of one bad football play. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, okay, so it's not deeper than that for him. And it's a competitive league, this, that, and the fourth, but like, there's some level of camaraderie. Like when DeMar Hamlin, that whole situation, everyone's like, oh, this is bigger than a game. This is football. Like this is a family. And then you backdoor with a situation like that. He's like, this is just football to him. Like this, there was nothing deeper than that.
Yeah. And it's like, it's one of those things too, where like, it's obviously a super emotional game. Like you're so close to the Super Bowl, which a lot of people don't even get to AFC championship games. Or NFC, whatever, like the championship games, or just even getting to that point. But at the same time, like you were saying, like you have to understand like the professionalism with it. Like you can't, especially like because the eye in the sky does not lie. Like everybody has a minus every game. They make a mental error. They give up a play. They whatever, make a mistake. So like he caused a late hit, a late flag, but that's also not why they lost the game. Like if you look back at the tape, the Joe Burrow and them, they had the ball prior with like the last possession. Like they should have had the last possession, but they don't score. So like you can't go put that on one play. Like it's the ultimate football is always like one of the most ultimate team sports. Like every part is so like interchangeable. Like everybody has a job every play.
Yeah.
And if one person messes up, then it could be, that's like the difference between like a 60-yard touchdown, especially us knowing like in the secondary, like, bro, we could be calling, I don't know, like a cloud or something, and the safety's not there or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's just like,
bro,
all that stuff just matters. So you just can't do stuff like that. You got to have some kind of level of respect.
And it's just like, bro, if you're not going to, it goes back to, hey, if you don't have anything nice to say like this, and it's, bro, everything can be, especially in the NFL. If you mess up, it's going to get seen. And that just, it was that at the moment.
Especially at that stage.
It's that stage. And that's just what it was. Like,
yeah.
If you mess, and he has to own that. Like, hey, he knows he messed up, and he's going to wear that for forever. He's like, damn, like I might have lost the championship game.
I mean, you saw him after his injury, but
yeah,
because he fucked.
Oh, I thought he tore his ACL.
That shit was bad.
That was nasty.
But like you see him sitting on there, like insta just crying.
Yeah, bro, because he knows. Everybody knows. I don't know how many people are in the stadium. 50,000. I feel like that's a low number, but they know. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not.
Yeah.
But you feel like the whole game is lost because of you, and it's your fault. You lost.
Yeah.
And you're not. He wasn't the reason.
Yeah.
Like he said, they had the ball. Even that dude that was cussing missed like a big third down play.
Yeah.
That would have cost. Like there's just so much like small stuff that happens that prevents that loss.
Except in my case, I was the reason we lost. I was the.
How many points did they score?
Bro, a lot.
The reason they lost.
I didn't play good. That was
because of the yardage and that.
Yeah, bro.
How many did they score on you?
Oh man, we just not gonna talk about that game anymore. That's like receded in the memory. Yeah. I remember going into halftime. I'm like, they don't have a catch on me. Came out, toasted me. I'm like, oof. I told Crawford, said, take me out the game.
That shit's crazy. Well,
yeah. Who was the best player besides Austin Ekler that you played against in college? I'm curious.
Ooh, the best player.
Because you know how we used to get those little like we had a receiver every week and shit. So I'm just curious. Like,
ooh, the best player. The guy from Pueblo was up there. Larry Clark was his name.
It was good.
He went and had a 40-inch vertical with the Arizona Cardinals. Bro, it's not even close. Actually, Justin Dvorak.
Different.
Bro,
Different.
Justin Dvorak was a 5'8".
Johnny Manziel. D2
Johnny Manziel. that kid could do anything he wanted to on a football field.
Nice.
If that kid was 6 foot, he is making millions and millions and millions of dollars.
He won it back to back, right? The award,
But he was different.
He's basically like why Mines is good low key because like they're good now, but like they weren't good like that really till he got there.
Bro, that guy was different. And then they had receivers like Brody.
Brody was nice.
And Ty was before Brody.
Ty
Harris. I think
who was the other dude that number 1? What the fuck is his name? I follow him on Instagram.
He's the little one.
Yeah, the slot dude.
Yeah.
He was good too.
If he stayed healthy, is that what Jake was supposed to be?
Bro, Jake, 1,000%. Bro, Jake was that same type of, this guy might take this for 60 yards because he's just faster than everybody. And Jake came in playing receiver.
Yeah.
Bro, Jake was a different level of athlete. Just was injury prone.
Yeah, and it was one of those things like they just ran our quarterbacks too much. I mean, we always had like a quarterback run was important in the offense. Like we had Doyle, AJ, like all very athletic, and then Bo, like all athletic, but they were always getting hurt because they just ran them too damn much.
Yeah. But no, I mean, bro, Jake's a freak. Jake's a freak athlete.
Yeah, no doubt.
If he was in Texas, do you think he would have went to a better school?
See, I feel like that's a tough question. Because I think you put Cameron Theory in Ohio, he's at the University of Ohio. Bro, you can take D2 players and D3 players from Texas and you put them in Iowa? Bro, that guy's going to the University of Iowa because he is killing everybody in Iowa. So it's like, and that's real. And that's seeing it from a college perspective, seeing it from guys that, not going to name names, but these guys are, all Colorado teams. Like, bro, this guy didn't play.
Bro, a lot of people were like that. Like, there's a lot of people that were all Colorado, all even like California. Like, I don't know. Me and you were always talking about like the California dudes, and like we'd always get these JUCO guys in, and they were just not to like say it, like shit on them, but they just weren't like that.
Bro, you think about it, really. Like, if you're all state in Texas, where are you going?
You going somewhere?
Yeah, you all Colorado.
Pick it.
And you were at Fort Lewis, bro. Like, no offense, but like that's just real. Yeah. But it's a different level. Like I said, I tell everybody this story, and I hate this story too. I don't know why I'm telling this one, bro. We played South Oak Cliff, bro, who just won state championship, and we had 11 tackles that whole game.
Damn,
bro, they had 11 D1 players on the field. Bro, they had 5 D1 DBs. All went to Wisconsin. They only played 4. The math ain't mathin', bro.
Dallas is going crazy right now, though.
Bro, and I love it.
Dallas is going crazy.
He loves talking
right
to
now.
us.
Love it, bro.
Houston.
Bro, Dallas is going crazy right now.
Bro, DeSoto, Duncanville, bro, it's crazy. It's a different level of competition. And that's what you take this guy who played for Suck and you put him in Wisconsin? Bro, he's killing them. He's killing them. I don't care how big he is. I don't care. If this kid would have transferred, he gets the same upbringing, like, football's this important, this is that, and forth. He gets the same upbringing, and he goes as a freshman in Wisconsin or a freshman in New York. Bro, he's 3-4 star. Like, bro, no offense to Jabril Peppers, bro. He was everything. He did everything. He was 5-star, blah, 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 from New York or wherever he's from. Went to Michigan. Hey, did the thing.
Yeah, he did the thing. Yeah.
And then, bro, gets to the league, and it's like
He's just average.
He's just a guy. He's a bounce around guy. But you go get guys from Texas that were these 3 stars, and now these are these are dudes.
Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, because it's like, bro, it is
For real.
week in and week out.
Was Jalen
Jalen was a 4-star.
4-star? I mean, even then.
But yeah, bro, it's like, bro, these are guys that are just better football players. I don't care about
Samaje?
a ranking.
Samaje, 3-star, and like from Pflugerville, but like still in the league producing.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
bro. I don't care about these stars. I care about, hey, this guy's from Texas and plays football and is hurting people because it's a different game, bro. It really is.
But then you see the 5 stars. It's like,
Bro, 5 stars are genetic freaks,
Myles Garrett.
bro. Genetic freak.
Bro, this dude that South Carolina just signed the number 1 athlete, Nicholas Harbor, whatever. He's like 6'5", and he's just as fast as Tyreek Hill out of high school.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Bro, you see like Travis Hunter, bro. What?
Bro, yeah.
Bro, I don't care what Travis Hunter does, bro. He's one of those guys that's gonna be good at everything because he's genetically.
Yeah.
Bro, and being the scientific guy, the scholar that I am, bro, like I want to really look at these guys. Like, bro, I want to look at these guys' mitochondria and, bro, see how different it is.
Well, I was having this conversation before we even came up here, like on Wednesday or whatever, Thursday. I told him, I was like, I personally don't want my kids playing football.
Yeah.
Just be like, the talent level is getting ridiculous. And the kids I have are not going to be big kids. I ain't having no fucking D1 athletes. I can tell you that right now. I already know I'm not going to have no D1 athletes. So, like, my kids don't get killed out there compared to, like, something like, bro, think about it now. Like, the dude that just signed to South Carolina, like, that shit's only getting the fucking, we talked about the other day, the basketball player.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got fucking freak athletes are just more and more and more.
Bro, people forget,
common
like,
now.
Jadeveon Clowney is a 4'4" guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
ridiculous.
that man is 250 pounds.
Same thing with Miles.
That's what I'm saying,
Miles
bro.
Garrett.
There's two,
Bro,
Micah
Michael
Parsons?
Parsons,
bro,
like
I think I'm a good athlete.
Yeah.
And if that 250-pound man hits me, bro, I cease to exist. Like, bro, it's a different, like, bro, genetically, like, these guys are, like, different, like, species. Almost.
It's insane. And then it's insane. We talk about every game. Like, we always bring it up, but, like, they be hitting in it. Like, no, they be hitting in the NFL.
That shit's crazy.
Every
play.
You
They
see,
hit,
bro,
no.
like Buda Baker, like guys like that, bro. Like, first of all, the screws up there, they're loose. They're not
Throwing
normal.
that body around at that size. I'm like,
bro, like they're not normal. But bro, and that's part of it. Like, bro, you're hitting, and I don't know where this mentality comes from some of these guys, but it's like, bro, you're just different. Like you get mad, like legitimately mad before every play, and you're like, hey, I'm just gonna go hit this guy.
It's like
It is.
Pad just smack every
Yeah.
play.
Like Tyrann Mathieu, like, bro, is insane. Like, bro, going to smack linemen. Why? Because he's like, I wanted to. Like, what? Bro, you're 180 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, trying to jump over tackles. Like, bro, you're 5'7". Relax. And it's just, bro, these guys are guys in the NFL are genetic freaks. I don't know. Like, Odell Beckham? Bro, what?
Yeah, he be getting hurt, and then he be just coming back. I'm like, bro, it doesn't even look like you ever got hurt.
Bro, Odell Beckham was like was on pace to be like the next USA soccer star.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill could go run in the Olympics. DK Metcalf, like, bro, like these guys.
He literally went to the qualifier.
bro, just
Yeah, bro, that was crazy.
Another one, like 250, bro.
And he like doesn't even train for that, and he's still like
these guys are genetic.
okay.
These guys are genetically different.
If you're a pro in anything, you're genetic. No matter what, like,
No,
honestly,
honestly.
into gaming, even
Bro,
gaming,
honestly.
like you're just different.
Bro, like Tiger Woods, bro, is like you got to be different. Like to do some of this stuff, you're just like different. If you're, like you said, if you're a professional athlete or whatever you do, you're like, bro, John Jones is a freak.
Absolutely. I mean, all those.
Yeah, but then
Talk
like,
about some screws loose.
yeah,
Then all of us
But then,
screws
and then
loose.
you look at the lineage, the bloodline. Okay, his brother's in the NFL.
Both.
Yeah, bro, J.J. Watt, that whole family, bro.
The Bosa's.
bro.
Yeah.
These guys. Hey,
Kelsey's?
Yeah, bro. It's not this. Both Hall of Famers, bro. It's not like, okay, this guy got lucky. Oh, this guy worked so hard. No, that family is genetically better than us. That's just what it is.
I learned that at an older age. They say you put in the work, you do anything you want.
Oh, bro.
some people just got
Yeah,
it.
you can sometimes you can put all the work you want. It just wasn't meant for you.
Bro.
That's it.
I'm gonna get on my soapbox here because bro. Hard work is a lie. Like really, like hard work is a lie. I don't, the people think about the people that you know that work the hardest. Like that the hardest in your life. And for me, it's a H. Grady Spruce, janitor. Bro, always on it, up there, 4 a.m. Last one to leave, 11 p.m. Working hard. But bro, that doesn't necessarily translate to what you want to do, or it doesn't translate to, to anything. Hey, that guy works really hard, but it doesn't translate. But now what hard work does and how I'm still preaching it is like, bro, it gives you that opportunity. So, hey, if a higher up or whatever comes and sees this, this janitor, he's like, okay, he worked hard. So, luckily enough, that opportunity came for that young man or that guy at that time. Okay, now it paid off. But bro, there's nothing saying that's ever going to come. I hate guys that are like, oh, work hard, because it's false. you're painting a false narrative. There's some times when, hey, you can work as hard as you want. You can do everything right. And the cookie doesn't crumble your way, yo. And that's facts. So these guys that, just you work hard. Like, bro, nobody's faster than Usain Bolt. I don't care what you do. You're just not. That guy's just faster than you.
Yeah.
He's just going to be better than you. So in certain situations, bro, it's like, hey, you can work hard and you just don't get the opportunity.
And that's why I say, like, no matter what it is, pros are pros for a reason.
1,000%. Like,
No matter what, a chess player, poker player, football player, baseball game, like the pros are pros for a reason.
Yeah. But whether it's up here or whether it's like purely like genetic makeup. Like, bro, the best chess player in the world, Magnus Carlsen, bro, I watched a video of him the other day, beat 3 people blindfolded at the same time. Like, play 1, 2, 3. Like, bro, what? Like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
Pros are pros for. I mean,
Yeah.
I just what I've. Pros are pros for a reason.
Yeah, LeBron James. Shit, you know LeBron James stats. Hey, bro, it's LeBron.
Yeah.
He's the best player.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT.
You were talking about off camera how you've started like 75 days hard, and obviously kind of wanted to dive in a little bit into like what you've been doing now, like on the side with your fitness content on TikTok or. I remember because I sent Carlos like your first ever video, and I was like, "Hey, what feedback do you think I should give Dre on this?" And he was like, "Just have him look at the camera more." So I told you that, and you took it right away, applied the coaching because, like, I mean, that's just when you played sport, But how has that been, like the content, and then just 75 days hard?
Well, I was gonna bring this up because this was like one of the last things I want to talk about before we hit this off. But I'm proud of you for doing it, and I like that you're doing it.
Oh yeah.
It's not easy,
No.
by any means. I mean, just going to the gym is hard, but going to the gym and trying to do the content at the same time, it's an extra thing that you have to do, and then that if you care about it, you're gonna make it be good. So I'm proud of you for doing that, and it's good. I like it.
So, bro, I'll talk about the TikTok, and then I'll talk, or the creation, and then I'll talk about the 75 hard a little bit.
Yeah.
But, bro, seeing y'all, like, create, like, really, it's like, okay, like, my friends are doing this. Like, bro, like, like, I can do that. Like, let's, like, it's cool. Like, I do it because I thoroughly, like, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, it's a task as far as, like, okay, I've got to go watch this. I've got to make sure this is right. I've got to prop the camera up, make sure I'm looking, turn the microphone on, do things like that. But as far as, like, bro, I just have fun with it. Like, y'all do, like, bro, it's work, but y'all have fun with this.
Yeah.
And so it's like, bro, okay, like, these guys are doing this, they're enjoying this. Like, bro, let's do this. Like, you have a fun time with it, and I'm an idiot, so I get to be an idiot on camera. Bro, y'all don't know how many times I record and like forget to turn the microphone on, and it's like, bro, I just get to be myself, and like stuff like that. It's fun. It's fun to post on TikTok. It's fun to go on Instagram and create the little reels. Yeah. Like it's you get the views, you get the whatever. People accusing me of steroids. But
That shit was funny.
But it's like, bro, like it's fun. Like you get to, like I have some guys that I know that slide up and they're like, bro, you're an idiot. I'm like, yeah, but I am. But
Well,
it's,
like you
this
did that
is me.
C4 in the pre-workout.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, but this is like me. Like I'm not putting on a show. Like I'm not putting on an act. Like I'm not just trying to be goofy. Like I'm just goofy.
Yeah.
Like my guys, they're like, hey, did you mean to like have one weight on? And like, I'm like, nah. Like I just was being stupid. Like I almost killed myself in the gym.
But like, if you know Dre Cortez, that's
Oh yeah,
Dre
bro.
Cortez.
If you know me, I'm a spaz. I'm stupid, and I'm goofy, and it's just like, bro, I just enjoy talking to myself. Crazy enough. But then kind of backdooring that with the 75 hard stuff. So I actually got into it with a coworker who was overweight, and so me and a bunch of other guys were like, hey, like, do you think you could do this? And he's like, oh, I could do this. And so we're like, okay, like let's do it. Like let's put it to a challenge. Like let's look it up, let's see it, and let's do it. And so, bro, just talking about like the first few days, like finding out like how to like pace it.
Yeah.
Bro, I was up to like 11:50, like trying to drink a gallon of water, and it's just like it's different. But as I've gotten today, 26, I think I'm on 25, whatever. Like how to move about it. Like I wake up at 5. Like if I have a busy day, I woke up at 5 today. I went and walked for 45 minutes for my outside workout. Like I try to get that in as early as possible. And so I know as soon as I get up, I've got to chug a bottle of water because I'm not going to make it. Like if I don't, and because it's conscious, but it's subconscious. Like, bro, if you just don't drink water, you're just not gonna make it during the day. Or I like to find my time like, okay, I'm gonna go read my book. Like I'm gonna have my 10 pages. Like that's what I was doing when I was waiting on y'all. Like I was reading my book because you gotta find time. It's a mental challenge. Like it's like a hey, I want to test myself. How can am I disciplined enough? Because it's not a hard task. It's 10 pages in a book. It's a gallon of water. Like it's not 2 workouts. Like it's hard, but it's not like I'm not gonna be. It's not physically possible. Hey, we all work. We all have social lives. We all have things that we want to do. But how am I going to adapt my schedule for no other reason than the fact that I'm testing my mind and the fact that I said, okay, I can do this. So how am I going to adapt? Like, how am I going to make sure that I'm disciplined enough to do this? And like my book I'm reading, David Goggins, is Unbreakable Mind or Unfinished, whatever it's called. Bro, he just talks about like being disciplined, and it's the one factor like with yourself, like just being disciplined amongst yourself, and it's just like, bro, that it'll change your life, and I love it because I might be insane, but
There's with 75 days hard. I wouldn't say there's some like insanity that goes into it, but like you gotta be a little built different to finish it. I would say.
Yeah, especially when you're like, because we had another homie on, and he did it, and he was talking about how he was on like day 50, and he's like, because like in the book I was telling you about, he said like there's a chapter called like God mode, because you're like at this peak of like mental like fortitude or whatever, and he was saying like he was in Mexico, and he was like, bro, I literally like had to go swim in the ocean like to get the outside world. Like what? Obviously, you can do it how you want, but just like you said, bro, that shit's fucking.
Like me personally, right now, I know that I would not have the. I would not be able to hold myself accountable to finish it. Just me, where I'm at personally right now, I would not have the accountability to finish it.
It's quick, bro. It's quick to say, like, okay, I've worked out once today. Like, it was a really hard workout. I'm not gonna go walk. I'm not gonna go do this outside workout. But it's tough. Like, it really is it's a challenge. Like,
But once you finish it, bitch.
Once I'm done, bro, I'm never walking outside in the cold again.
No, you're just gonna feel invincible.
Bro,
like I can do anything.
It was 20 degrees. I was walking on ice. It took me 45 minutes to walk a mile, bro. Like it was miserable. I hated every minute of it. But bro, then the next day, backdoored it, bro. I was smiling, bro. I was like singing. I'm like, bro, embrace the suck, bro. David Goggins really, and it's like I said, I love everything he's talking about because he's insane. He's running like 100-degree temperature, like no one else is out, and he said the car pulls up on him, and the guy's like, "Oh, you're David Goggins, right?" He's like, "Why are you even running in this?" And he looks at him and goes, "Because you're not." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I feel that." Yeah. And so, bro, that's kind of been the mindset I'm have. Like, hey, why am I doing this? Well, because other people aren't. So let's push myself.
David Goggins, that black dude.
Yeah, and always running, bro. Did like 4,000 pull-ups in like, I think 24 hours, 36 hours, bro. Insane. That's insane. Bro, he's intense, bro. And then talks about, he's like, "Oh, I'm regular." No, you're not.
No, he's not.
Bro, he runs 100-mile races.
What? Yeah, hell no.
Yeah, no,
what? Yeah, he talks like, "Oh, I broke both my bones. I broke all the bones in my feet. I had to be." He's like, "I've had 3 open heart surgeries." I'm like, "Bro, you're not normal. You're like insane." And it just talks a bunch of this stuff. Talks about like mindsets. Like, hey, bro, like, why not? Like, why not me? That's what he's because he failed out of the SEALs training, and he's like, bro, he had to live with that. So next time he went back, he's like, why not? Like, why not me? And so it's like, okay. If he can do this, and I'm like, bro, I think I'm wired a little differently. Okay, let's make this happen.
But yeah, no, he's insane. No, there's definitely something
bro, like
wrong with
the brain.
Like you can't, for you to just go to the Navy SEALs in general. Like once you go to the Navy SEALs, you already
got to be wired different.
Yeah, you're wired different. You're not all the way there. There's just something in you that. But yeah, he's a little bit insane.
But the chapter I'm reading right now, bro, it's a 220-mile race.
Bro, how is that possible?
Like, what makes you want to fucking do that?
There's no way you can do that in a day, right?
No, it's not. It's so like I think it's 36 hours or 48 hours.
So you have to just complete it in that
40.
Jeez,
like,
what the?
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
There's no way. That's impossible.
Bro, I promise you, bro. These guys do that. They're 100-milers that do it. There's one. The famous one's called Leadville, and then the other one I'm reading about, bro. It's insane.
2 days,
bro.
There's no way you do that in 2 days.
Bro, look
How many miles is that a day?
Look up
Shit,
how much is it?
220-mile race.
This shit loads.
It's 110 miles a day?
Bro, these guys are insane.
No.
These guys are insane.
No.
I wouldn't even try to do 100 miles.
Damn.
Yeah, Lakeville Race Series.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
Oh, I just have a few more questions for you, but they're like more like about your closet.
No, I was just gonna ask, what are your goals this year for coaching and like
go
your
ahead.
fitness wise? Like, what,
Bro,
I guess what do you plan on doing with coaching as well? Like, do you want to take it all the way to the NFL or college? Do you want to go to high school? Like, what are your plans for coaching, and what are your goals for coaching this year? And then what are your plans for your content?
Bro, really, for me, the end all be all I want to own my own gym. Like, I want to own my own gym, sport specific training, really, really dive into, why the body moves, the biomechanics of like, why can this guy do this? Kind of like we were talking about, bro, the genetic makeup. Like, why can this guy do this? And why can this guy not do this? And so how can we bridge that gap, and how can we get these guys closer to each other? So I'm actually working on my nutritionist license so I can get that, so I can start subscribing meal plans and, kind of bringing the whole 9 yards together. I set the goal for myself on TikTok, 5,000 by the end of the year. So I'm at 1,600, 1,670, something like that.
Congrats.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
so trying to post 3 times a week, consistent, do stuff like that. But yeah, end all be all would own my own gym and just, get to work out all day and get to make people like feel great about themselves, get to help them achieve their fitness goals, their sports goals, whatever it is. Like, that would be the end all be all for me.
And what about your coaching?
Coaching, right now I'm where my feet are. I like McMurray. I like my guys. I think I have a special group. These are guys that I honestly do love, like from the bottom of my heart. And I tell my guys, I said, they're all wired a little bit differently. I told them, I said, hey, y'all, we're at a point in this group like where I'm not really coaching y'all. Y'all are coaching y'allselves. I'm here for maintenance. So, and I mean, I love those guys, a little bit older guys now, but these are guys that, I mean, I will be in their life for the rest of their life because it's real love. Mm-hmm. It really is real love. And those guys are my guys, my prima donnas.
That's nice.
Yeah, the coaching like life goes deep because I mean, obviously, Coach Crawford, Coach Mack, like we still keep in touch with them, even though they haven't coached us in years. But like, it's just that relationship you have, especially once you're older.
Yeah, once somebody calls you coach, bro, it's a life thing.
Yeah,
I have guys that I've coached for 1 year that I still talk to about their mental health and their things that are really important to them and that really matter to them. And so it's like, bro, these are guys that I genuinely like care about, and I coached you for maybe 9 months, because once you get on that field with someone, that connection's a little bit differently. Like, it's just a little bit different. Like, okay, this guy understands. Like, this is the struggle. This is the grind. Like, this guy knows. He's been through it. He's done it, and that's what it's a brotherhood.
Yep. Yeah. You got anything? No.
no.
I got one last. What did you guys ask your?
Yeah, I had 2 quick questions. Obviously, when we were in college, you've always dressed super nice. You've always had all the kicks. Like, I was telling a little funny story off camera just about like your shoes and stuff. But you showed me your updated collection, which is crazy. Right now, you got like your whole this whole wall is filled at your spot.
Yeah.
So, what kind of, just like a brief, like what got you into shoes? Well, really like 3 questions. What got you into shoes? And then like, what are your 3 favorite pairs that you own? And then I'll ask the last one after that.
Oh, I love that. What got me into shoes was, bro, seeing people older than me, like really like have a pair of shoes. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what that is. Like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And like, not like, I just didn't know. I'm like, bro, bless you. I'm like, bro, these guys are super cool. Don't know anything about them, but like, bro, that guy has a new pair of Jordans. Yeah. Or like, bro, when we were younger, like it was just cool, like to wear the whole like Jordan fit, like Jordan shoes. I'm like, bro, that's cool to me. So like, bro, the infrared 6s are like the first pair of shoes that I'm like, bro, that's my favorite shoe, and no matter what I have to do, I have to get that. So then, favorite 3 pair I own right now, it's got to be the infrared 6s because it's the number 1 shoe. Like, it got me into shoes. It got me into, like, the collection. Like, the off-white 5s. Still haven't worn those. Still haven't busted those out. The whole Virgil thing. I like Off-White, like the designer. And then thirdly, I got a pair of the Grinches, the Kobe Grinches. Still those haven't touched the ground either. But those are, the whole Kobe thing, Kobe mindset, Mamba mentality, and just I can't even find an occasion to wear those because they are lime green.
Yeah.
How many DSs do you have?
Ooh, how many DSs do I have? That's a crazy question.
Well, the reason I'm asking is, are you on Trade Block?
Yeah.
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 Have you put in your?
No, I don't, bro. I just go like more so look. So I'm like, bro, because I look, I'm like, bro, because there's some grails that I want, like the Cause 4s, like I want that shoe.
Hex was just wearing those today.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I did not know Cause was a graffiti artist.
Yeah.
I just found that out today. I thought it was just a fashion
designer.
Yeah, designer thing. I did not know he was a graffiti artist.
Yeah, I want the Cause 4, like.
I just want to Cause doll.
Yeah, no,
Same.
they're sick.
Fire.
They're
Same.
sick. Like the Grateful Dead's, want a pair, bro.
Fire.
There's some shoes out there that I'm like, bro, I just want. And so it's like, I'm like, I could go trade 10 pairs of shoes for this. But, in the end, I'd rather have these that I can, like, bust out at any time.
Yeah.
Because you wear it, bro, those are $1,000 pair of shoes. Yep. You put it on, you're like, bro, and it instantly drops. You're like, damn, I just wasted money.
Have you looked at those and like kind of see what people are like requesting? Or,
Oh yeah, bro. I peek. I'm like, okay, like I have this. I could trade this. I could give you this. And in the end, it's like I normally trade like some guys I know. Like, hey, let me get this and just some low key stuff. But bro, it's a crazy. The shoe world's a crazy community.
I think I'm about to take the L and get the Lost and Founds.
Oh, I have them. Love them.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. One of our homies hit, and then the second raffle, I didn't hit. My homie bought it for me, but he bought it too much at the same time at once, and the internet, the website got it in.
Yeah, no,
Bounced
I
it.
got
I was
the big pickups recently. Those got the Lost and Founds, got the Orange Lobsters.
Oh, no, it's not.
Are you gonna go for the Reimagine cements?
Yep. What else? And I'm trying to think. I wanted the one Union collab that came out today that I didn't get on those.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, those are sick.
They were dunks, right?
Yeah, no, they were one lows.
Yeah.
One lows.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. That's right.
Yeah, and I want the Union originals. Like, there's grails that they're out there. It's just hard to find.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. One of our other homies is a sneakerhead, and he does he have more than him?
Who?
Meeks.
Probably not. Meeks
Probably doesn't have more, but Meeks' closet
He has a nice
probably
variety.
like
That quantity, the quality.
he has. Yeah, he has the rare
Nah,
shit.
nah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go
This
ahead.
way, you got, bro. You came here with those. I was like,
I have a fear.
Meeks probably got them, bro. Every shoe that I wanted, that I was like, yeah, this is what I want. And he has them.
Because I'll no. It's what I like,
yeah,
bro. So
you're.
I'm never gonna hesitate.
I mean, as our other home Bash, he always says having a pair of shoes is better than having money in the bank account.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, for sure. It's like watch. It's
Bro,
like a watch.
I mean, you don't have to say, but
Yeah. Hey, okay.
those don't. You don't have to say. I mean, we all
Yeah.
know how much they are,
Yeah.
but like those, even 4 years from now, 3 years from now, going to be worth more than what you probably bought them for.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the first time I wore them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And by the way, he has on the fear of gods.
Yeah, busted them out.
What's one sneaker that you want but you haven't been able to get your
One
hands on yet?
sneaker. The Chicago Off-White ones.
Yeah, those are.
That shoe is like $7,000.
Yeah.
Those are crazy.
And I just can't bring myself to spend $7,000.
You know Scump, right?
Yeah.
Beat his to shit.
Yeah, bro.
And even a beater pair is like $3.
Bro, some of
worth
these
like
guys, bro,
$3,000.
like some of these guys that like PJ Tucker played in a pair of Red Octobers, and bro, that's like a $30,000 shoe.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what are you doing?
That's when you know you just got.
Yeah, you just got
you
buku money.
Yeah. You just got it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we call FU money.
Yeah, for real. One last question for me. Throw you for a loop.
Okay.
What was your favorite Biggins moment?
Ooh, Biggins. Favorite Biggins moment.
Good one.
Bro,
When he walked Cam?
Boy, hell no. He did not walk me.
bro, favorite Biggins, bro. We're getting ready to go to 530 weights, and I think Justin's already heard of this. No, Justin wasn't heard of this time. I don't know if Justin was at the apartment. No, actually, if Justin was at the apartment, he was always late. So Malcolm was hurt, so he wasn't going. Bro, I walk out of my room. Biggins has gotten to the trash, just hurting. Everything's everywhere. And, bro, he's just laying in front of the door and just looks at me like, what? Do something about it. I'm like, bro, I've got to go to Wade's. Like, this isn't going to get cleaned up by anytime soon. Yeah. Bro, Biggins was my guy. Oh, man, that was a crazy
Biggins was cool.
Bro,
I fucked with Biggins.
That was a crazy dog.
It was, yeah.
That was a crazy dog.
When I first got there, I mean, he's fucking wild.
Yeah.
His energy's insane.
Bro, because he got stabbed.
Yeah, he did get stabbed. But he sent me a video, and Malcolm made Biggins growl in his cage, and he sent it to me. Yeah. I was like, I ain't fucking with Biggins, bro. But he's a softie.
That man would come up to you once he got to know you, and you'd be eating, and he'd just put his head like in between your legs, just looking at you type shit. Big ass pit bull mixed with.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a dude or something. I was like, what the fuck?
It's a dog.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Bro,
I was like, hold on, bro.
This guy walked Cam? Like,
Yeah.
You're like, okay, there's something I need to hear.
I was like, hold on, what the
this
fuck
might be
is
an off-camera
going
story,
on?
guys.
Nah, Biggins was dope as fuck.
Gotcha.
I felt bad when he told me Malcolm had to get rid of him. Yeah, 'cause he was a dope dog. He was fucking crazy.
That was crazy.
But
I mean, how many dogs do you know that got stabbed? Like, that's crazy,
bro. And Nashio, bro. Nashio was different.
Biggins is built. Biggins built for real.
Oh, yeah.
Shane said Biggins will attack the bears. He'll do it.
And they put him on that bully max, bro. Like creatine for dogs. That shit was crazy. He was getting swole. It was crazy.
That shit was crazy. Anything for you before we hit this off?
Nah, just appreciate you coming on, bro. It's cool to I've met you before, obviously, but never really got to sit down and actually know who you are and everything. So it was dope to see that, and congrats on getting to 1,000 followers on TikTok. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people understand how hard that is and how much time and effort that those take. You know, it is easier to get a platform on TikTok, but it's still you being consistent. Yeah. So shout out to you for doing that, because
I appreciate it.
You know, we're trying to do the same thing, and I understand all of the time and effort it takes, and you know, keep going hard on 75 hard. You got it, bro. You have a third of the way right now.
50 days left.
Yeah. You got it, bro.
Yeah. Don't think about that part.
You've already made it this far.
Yeah, day by day.
You should definitely make some kind of video when you finish and be like,
I think
I did 75 days. Like, this is what happened.
Oh yes, that'd be sick.
Those videos always do well.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
Appreciate you coming on.
For us before we hit this off?
Man, I love what y'all do. From the bottom of my heart, I love what y'all do. Thank y'all for having me on.
Appreciate that.
And I know y'all personally.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I want y'all to succeed more than anything, because bro, this is what y'all are passionate about. If I see my friends that are bro, I'm like, these are creators. Bro, this is what y'all do for a daily. Yeah. Y'all can have a big studio, and it's opinionated, baby. Keep grinding. Hey, that's the end goal.
Hell yeah, man.
It is. Won't be the first, won't be the last time we're on. For the next time we have you on, it's quick, and you have your own gym by that point.
I hope so, baby.
Happen overnight. Yes, they can find you everywhere. Dre Cortez.
Dre.Cortez on Instagram. Dre.Cortez.fitness for my other one. Dre.Cortez on TikTok and Facebook. Dre.Cortez. Twitter. Dre.Cortez. LinkedIn. Dre.Cortez.
Have me on Snapchat.
Dre.Cortez.
That was the line back in the day.
That was the go-to. Hey,
absolutely.
Dre.Cortez.
Yeah, easy.
YouTube.
I'm not on YouTube. That's what he's telling me.
Yeah,
you need to get on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, at least, because you're already making the video. Just post it everywhere. Yeah, that's what I'm always telling you.
Yeah, make a. And I mean, if you need us to edit the video, just do a vlog, and we'll give you the info to where to send it to, and we'll edit the bitch for you, so you can at least post it on YouTube. I mean. You're doing yourself a disservice at this point.
Nah, for sure.
Especially because we've been wanting to edit different types of stuff. Yeah. So if you start vlogging, I know you just got a camera too. So
start vlogging. If we'll edit the first one. If you don't like the style, or if you fuck with it, let us know. We'll change it up, do whatever. But doing yourself a disservice at this point. I mean, you're already making content. Why not?
Might as well, right?
Yeah. But hey, he's family. He's been rocking with us for a minute. We've known him. Cam's known him longer than I have, but we've known him either way. Still 7 years for me. 9 years for you. He's been with us for a minute now.
Bro, crazy. It's gonna be a decade before I know it. I know you for 10 years. I was talking to Kane about that shit too. I was like, I've almost known you for 10 years, bro.
That's crazy.
Like crazy.
That's crazy.
Go show him some love. He's family. Run up his views. Run up his numbers. Once he gets that YouTube, we'll plug it for him. But that'll do it for another episode from our boys over here at Opinionated. We'll catch y'all guys next time. Peace.
Peace.